There's a big difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich means that you have high income, possibly high spender, and money is flowing in and out. But sometimes we're working paycheck to paycheck and we're just waiting for the next paycheck. Being wealthy means that we own a piece of the business, that money is actually working for us. The biggest difference at a high level when it comes to being rich and being wealthy is that rich people are usually trading their time for money, whereas wealthy people don't have to be where they don't want to be. They're not working a so-called quote unquote job. They're not typically not on a W-2, and they have their time back. They have their time back, and that money is working for them. So the question is, how do we become wealthy? Let's go back in time a little bit. Back in hunter-gatherers' day, hunter-gatherers worked for themselves. There's no structure of hierarchy. At the end of the day, they all come together, combine their resources, but they work for themselves on their own time. When we started the farming era, that's when we started building a little bit of a hierarchy, but even then, it's really family farms. It's really the Industrial Revolution that created these constructs because they have thousands of people working towards the same thing, building something, some sort of product, whatever it is, right? But with that, they created a hierarchy structure, middle managers, employees, workers, and that's when really the 9 to 5 was created. And so I don't care who you are, but if someone has to tell you to be somewhere at a certain time and maybe how to dress, what the dress code policy is, you're not a free person. We are now in the information age, and especially with AI, we're going to get a lot done in a shorter amount of time, and humans can do a lot more. And so I really believe that one day, maybe 50 to 100 years from now, we will all be working for ourselves. And because that's the future, we should strive for that now. Because at the end of the day, we as humans are not born on this earth to work. We are born on this earth to live. And so retirement is when someone has their time back. And in order for them to have their time back, we as a society believe that we have to earn enough where we can not work and fund the remaining 20, 30 years of our lives left. So the real question is, how do we become wealthy, right? What do we need to do so that money is working for us versus we are trading our time for money, living paycheck to paycheck? And there's nothing wrong with being rich. In fact, that is the first step to become wealthy. There are a few simple rules. Number one, you cannot be wealthy by renting out your time. You cannot trade your time for money. In order to be wealthy, you need to own a piece of a business, whether it's stocks, equity in a company, or even creating your own brand where you can leverage. You need to be an owner, investor, or a shareholder. That is the only way that you can be wealthy. Number two, you need to live below your means. In order to be wealthy, we need to be rich first. And when someone becomes rich, they tend to spend a lot more because their lifestyle ramps up. And so if we're able to live below our means, at least temporarily, we'll be able to save some money. And then we can use that money to then invest in either shares, equity, as an investor, owner, shareholder, and that will then start to allow our money to work for us, right? It's kind of like, imagine that pool of money that you saved while you live below your means as a little snowball. And that snowball is going to accumulate into a big snowman. Because what you're going to do is you're going to invest in areas that will make you money, or businesses, right? But in order for you to do that, you need the money to do so. So number two is try to live below your means And the goal of that is that you can then have that leverage, which is money, that will allow you to then invest in other things. Because in order to be wealthy, you need to own a piece of a business. Number 4, take risks. High risk, high reward. If you are risk adverse, the chances are you're never going to be wealthy. The wealthiest people in the world take huge risks in their investment, in everything. And so you have to get into the mindset of taking those risks. And timing is a big thing. When an opportunity comes by, you are never going to have the right timing. And so when the opportunity is there, that's when the right timing is there. But in order for you to be in a position where you can invest in that opportunity, you need to have that income saved up, right? And in order to save that income, we needed to live below our means. Or if you're a really high spender, if you're a really high earner, you just have to spend a little bit less, right? So make sure that you're saving, because that one day that opportunity will come, which is timing, which is not something you can control. And when the timing comes, you need to be able to take the leap, to take the risks, because that high risk that you take may give you the high reward in the past. And that's what we're trying to create right now. Number 5, play stupid game, win stupid prizes. Hang with stupid people, you will be stupid. And so surround yourself with people that are driven, motivated, and maybe even wealthy, right? I mean, yes, the question is, how do we find those people? You really need to start networking. You really need to start talking to people, connecting with people, but understand and have a good judgment of who they are. Because not all wealthy people are nice. And, to be honest, not all dumb people are bad as well. So make sure you surround yourself with like-minded people that are going for the same thing. And at the end of the day, the number one rule is just avoid toxicity, right? Because the energy around you is very important. And we are affected by these external factors. And if we have positive external factors, influential external factors, it is going to help us in our journey to be wealthy. And we're being supported along the way. But if you surround yourself with stupid people that play stupid games, then you're going to be stuck in this stupid cycle. So surround yourself with good people. Don't play stupid games, because you will win stupid prizes. Number 6, set a high aspirational hourly rate. No one will value you more than you value yourself. What this does actually is more psychological than the actual dollar amount. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to build that confidence, right? And in order for you to be wealthy, you need to have that value. You need others to see that you are valuable in their eyes. And therefore, they would do business with you. And therefore, they would ask you to be an investor, partner, shareholder for something that they might come across, right? But in order to do that, you need to become that person that will provide them value. Not only provide them value, you need a skill set that they can also leverage as well, or maybe even the connections, right? And all of that is something that you need to work on, all simultaneously, consistently, in parallel with each other, along with everything that we have talked about so far. So no one will value you more than you value yourself, which means set a high aspirational hourly rate. And you can calculate that based on your current job, your current W-2, maybe even 1099. And so that is going to intrinsically make you value yourself higher and not spend your time doing the things that is not worth your time and money, right? And so at the end of the day, what we have is time, right? And we want to generate income that is at a high aspirational hourly rate so that we can then become wealthy. Number 7, understand that there is no shortcut. And you just need to do it. Just fucking do it. right? Don't care what anyone thinks. Focus on yourself because at the end of the day, that is just all noise. And when someone is not supportive of what you want to do, then they shouldn't be your friend, right? Don't even bother. They're toxic. So get them out of your lives. Surround yourself with people that are like minded, that are striving to be a better version of themselves than they were yesterday. So there you have it. These are just some simple steps to take to get from rich to wealthy. And really, it's rewiring your brain to think a little bit differently. It's not, hey, how do I apply to get the next high paying job? How do I get that 2 to 3, maybe even 7% increase or the bonus, right? It's how do I get my time back? How do I make money work for me to become wealthy? So, at a high level, here are the summary of the points that I've made today. Number one, don't trade your time for money. Number two, own a piece of the business. Number three, live below your means. But really, it's save that money that you made so that, number four, you can take high risk for high reward. Timing is unpredictable, and when an opportunity comes, you need to not only recognize it, you need to seize it, and you need to have leverage. Number five, play stupid game, win stupid prizes. Surround yourself with good people. And number seven, set a high aspirational hourly rate. No one will value you more than you value yourself. So I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are and whether you have anything you'd like to add. Love hearing your feedback. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend.